All right, welcome to Journal of the Scots and my pickleball journey. This is the home for any beginners or people just starting out and want to see somebody starting their pickleball journey. I am, I would say, getting close to 1 year on my pickleball journey where I've been playing on a regular basis. And one thing I got last year that is a lifesaver, I probably wish I would have gotten one maybe a little bit bigger, but for any regular pickleball player, it's important to get some equipment. And of course, rackets probably the most important piece, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I just want to show you what's in my bag. So first of all, if you want to look the part, make sure you've got water, really anything. I am currently using this Adidas water bottle that is fantastic. It's like perfect size. I don't feel like I ever run out, even when I play like five or six, seven, eight sets, something along those lines, or really that full hour and a half to 2 hours. A lot of times I have plenty left over. It's great that it's got a wide mouth, so you can throw a bunch of ice in there. Sometimes I put a little powder in there for some electrolytes, bunch of water, and you're good to go. And this is a great one. So this is actually my wife's, but I kind of stole it. So or I get to use it from time to time. Sometimes I have to use other ones, but then this is a good pouch to keep some things. Then the middle is where I keep my pickleballs. So I usually try to keep at least three, four minimum outdoor balls in my bag, and then maybe a couple indoor, just in case. I think technically these are rated for outdoor, but I feel like these play better in the indoor courts. So, um, but just in case you have to play indoors, you've got a ball there. Usually, if you're playing with regular folks, everybody brings at least a couple balls, and so you're probably okay. But sometimes it's good to volunteer and have those balls. Then, of course, in this, I've got all my paddles. I am currently rolling with the Prince Spectrum Pro. I really like this. I did plenty of research. There's a couple top players that are using Prince rackets. Some of them I think there's one or two that are using this particular model, or maybe another variety version of this. I'm a big fan of Prince rackets, and they just jumped in, I think, a couple years ago into the pickleball game. And this is a nice, well-rounded racket, which is why I chose it first because I really I don't think like like a slightly bigger or longer, or I just wanted a very well-rounded something that would play really well. And this has been everything it's been built to. I would say this or the Engage, or there's Paddle Tech or a few others that are really good. But do your research, try out some rackets, and go from there. I hope at some point when I feel like the budget is there, I can get a second. It's always good to have at least two. Sometimes you have like three rackets just in case if you're in a tournament. And if you were to, these can break here or they can start to wear out in the corners. You could crack, this framing just like you could any tennis racket or other racket. So it's good to have two or three. It's just kind of a just in case because if you're playing years and years, eventually it'll crack, and then what are you going to do? So these aren't the best. These were my starter rackets. Um, I would say if I compare, if I look at it, um, you know, the Prince flares out a little bit if you look at that. So it's definitely thicker. So you have to put a little bit more into it, but these will work. They're not bad, and the surface is a little slicker, so you won't get as much pop and spin off of these, but they are acceptable. They're not, I would say it's like mid-grade. These are kind of the fun, just kind of standard run-of-the-mill. So just in case, if I were to ever break it, I wouldn't be completely in trouble. I would be able to kind of whip that out and make do with what I have. So that's all for what's in my bag. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to join me on my pickleball journey as I'm currently basically a 3-5 player and trying to make my way through this fantastic sport called pickleball. So we will catch you on the next video.